right now we're making so many mental mistakes. There's not enough good plays executed on defense that we can find out who can play defense. So they're struggling a bit. We've overloaded them, and I think they're making a lot of mistakes that hopefully we'll clear up later on. The effort was good. The tackling was a lot better. We chart loafs or lack of finish, missed tackles, missed assignments, and any pre-snap or after the whistle penalties. And all of that went down. So that, in that respect, it was improved from the previous scrimmage. But overall, we got a long way to go.
Rodney was very critical of the defensive line 2 days ago whenever it hit Friday that he spoke with us. Did you see anything better Saturday from the defensive line, particularly the tackles?
It was a little better. You'd have to ask him. I don't know if he felt individually there was some things that were still not good enough. Like I said, overall, the big picture, everything improved. But I think our offense obviously improved too. So they made a lot of good plays, but most of the things that we worry about at this stage, assignments, missed tackles and those things, a lot of that was better.
With so many young guys playing on both sides, how much can you really draw conclusions from your second string linemen or linebackers against second string offensive linemen and running backs?
But you make a point, they're not going to line up against some of that same level in some of these games, but at the same time, we can certainly grade technique, fundamentals, effort, knowing what to do assignment-wise, and competing, finishing plays. Were they lined up against the best player they're going to see this year? I doubt that, but sometimes they were.
Can you talk about today's practice, what you guys focused on?
The main emphasis as far as situation was second and long, and then we were going to do a backed up situation, but we got late with practice and have to rush for fan day. We didn't get to that, and we'll hit that one later. We just focused defensively. We put so much in the first 4 days. There are things that we have not repped in 4 days. We put them in and we move on to the next thing, put them in, move on to the next thing. So we tried to go back today and rep some of the packages that we will work on the first 2 days that hadn't had any work lately.
Ellis, has the linebacker situation cleared up any?
I don't know if it's much different than the last time we talked. I feel like Jake Holland has had 2 really good scrimmages. Everybody else has been inconsistent. He's certainly right now got an edge on that starting spot, but it's still a very good competition between him and Chris. At the will linebacker, Casanova in camp and through the spring continues to make the best linebacker plays and do some things that you really can't coach. Outstanding physically, technique and those type of things, but he's been very inconsistent, and got to get more consistent in assignments and run fits, coverages, all of the above. At the will linebacker, trying to look for somebody that will challenge for that spot, because you really need 4, if not 5, as you go through the season, because it's very seldom do you get through the season with all of them healthy. So right now it's still a little bit muddled over at the will linebacker spot. Flowers and Owens and Mitchell, they're all, doing some pretty good things, but they're all a little bit behind Casanova as far as being able to play and do as well as he does. Anthony Swain's right a little bit behind the other 2 over to Mike Backer. There's still some good competition going on, and I think a little bit of the over-installation has created some of the mental mistakes, but we're not tackling as well as we should. I don't think we're doing a lot of things in a lot of areas as well as we should, but other than Jake kind of edging out Chris for a little while, it hadn't changed much.
What is it that Chris hasn't done in the past week to take more ownership of that stuff?
It's as much Jake's improvement as it was anything Chris did. Chris is about where he was in spring, and you're looking for steady improvement. Jake's better than he was in the spring. He's making plays. He's the most consistent linebacker I got, but he's also making tackles. He had a pick, and he's done a lot of good things.
Were Chris and Casanova practicing a lot yesterday at the scrimmage?
Casanova didn't get much at all. I was trying to work those other will linebackers. Chris got about an average number. He got a little over 20.
Anybody else other than Jake have a good scrimmage yesterday?
Who was that?
Anybody else other than Jake have a good scrimmage on?
White is always good. He's been consistent from day one. We pulled him out a little bit early. Didn't let the 2 starting corners go. And we thought Cameron Melton, for his first time to have to step out there and be the guy, he did some really good things early. He gave up some plays as the scrimmage went along. He gave up some big plays, but he really had improved, and I thought had a good beginning on the scrimmage. The two ends, Elijah and Carl, continue to show that they're capable of mixing it up on this level. They're misfitting a lot of runs and haven't come up with a lot of big plays yet, but they physically are playing very well and holding their own in the box. So I think they're coming along well enough that we're going to be able to play those guys sometimes and hopefully early.
Get that stats update on Justin Garrett, or he was had a walking boot.
Yeah, he's got I don't know if he got stepped on or got kicked. So they're evaluating that now. Don't know anything in detail about it. And he obviously didn't practice today, but don't know anything about the seriousness of it or the time frame.
So you don't know if that's something for the long term or short term?
No idea. You know, he could not push off of it at the scrimmage, so we pulled him out real early.
Was he was 100% going into the scrimmage?
Oh yeah. Well, he had that little knee bruise the other day,
Yeah.
and so he missed a practice about 5 days ago. But that was just about back to full speed. But this is the other foot. This is opposite. I think it's right knee, left foot. Don't hold me to it. It could be the other way around, but it was not the same leg. But we just got to get it evaluated and see what the deal is.
It could be a long-term deal, or could be.
Oh, I don't have any idea right now. Yeah, we had to pull him off the field yesterday.
The reason was the primary starter yesterday.
He played most of the reps, and we took the opportunity. You know, the good thing when you have one of the older players out is that you're getting a lot of good practice time for those young guys. And sometimes the action out there looks pretty ragged, but the fact of the matter is right now it's about getting individual players better and better, and hopefully having some that can help us play on Saturday. And as a result, McKenzie Alexander McEnroe Alexander got quite a few reps too, and he struggled. He made some really bad mistakes, but he made a couple of good tackles and plays on the ball. So it was good that he got a shot to get in there too.
If it's anything significant with Justin, how big of a setback is that for your defense as a whole?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to get into hypothetical. You know, he's had a great camp, had a great spring. We obviously know he's one of our impact players. I mean, I don't think any team in the country can lose an impact player and not have some issues.
Who played behind Parisi at this point? Who's the third?
McEnroe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coach, I know you're not in charge of the offense, but if you could tell me which quarterbacks are giving your defense the biggest run for its money.
Well, they all are. I'm not going to get into evaluating them individually because that's not my responsibility. But they've all improved, and they're all getting a better feel in the scheme. And like in spring, we would have things poorly executed on defense, and there'd be a play there to be made, and it wasn't being made. Now, if we mess up, if there's something there, these quarterbacks are doing such a good job of executing. And if there's an open receiver, they're hitting them. If there's a read on the option, they're making a great read. Some of them have some good runs. Just the overall play, I think, is elevated. I don't know who's ahead of who, but the overall performance of the quarterback group is really much better than the spring. Probably competition makes that so.
You talking about over